What is compassion? Compassion is a very important topic because when we start looking at expansion of consciousness, which is really the prerequisite for accessing higher states, accessing truth, compassion plays a bigger role because with compassion, we are naturally taking the focus away from just me as I see myself, just this individual, to larger and larger circles, including community, family, country, and so forth. This compassion is a deep caring that doesn't come from being disturbed by some outer circumstance. So in fact, something could be going on in the outer circumstance of somebody who needs help. Compassion certainly looks at that and takes that into account, but it doesn't come from the place of, poor you, I'm going to help you kind of place. In fact, it comes from the place of, we're really no different. At this moment, I happen to have a couple of things that you don't have, but really, we are so connected at the essence level, at the heart level, that it is a natural arising of that now I'm going to outwardly, hopefully, help in some way, which could be on many levels. But that's where the compassion comes from. It is rooted in essence, and it is rooted in this knowing that an individual never, in an isolated way, becomes enlightened. Because it's not an individual achievement. It's always the consciousness is expanding so much that eventually there is no individual who needs to get enlightened. And so if you think about it in those terms, how does that happen? Through compassion. So there's obviously a very profound heart quality that is there in compassion. And when you are with a person who has tremendous compassion, you can, just by being around them, you will feel the waves of compassion. You will feel so cared for, even though nothing has happened on the outside. So compassion is actually very tangible, very real, and in some ways it really shows that a being has gone very far. When somebody's so compassionate that you can feel the waves of compassion coming from them, you can be sure they're going very far. Because such a person is no longer living or doing anything for their own good. They're really, every act is dedicated for the well-being of the whole. And if you think about it, now, with such deep compassion, they have truly aligned themselves with the infinite. And this is a tremendous sense of inspiration for all of us, that such a thing is possible, and it's very real. And ultimately, for human beings, if you look at the trajectory of growth, human beings inherently tend to be very finite-oriented and very self-oriented. And this is very much the opposite of that. This has become truly selfless, not just in this one act I'm going to do, but in every act, in every thought, every feeling is coming from that place of compassion. So compassion is absolutely a very powerful force, and it's indicative of a high state of consciousness. When you choose light, life becomes increasingly joyful, purposeful, and inspired. I invite you to join me to explore the realms of light, the infinite possibilities that light offers.